Hello. I'm back after my week-long absence. I'm sorry. Hello, little. I'm sorry for taking a week off. There was a whole thing. Ugh. But look at how much more progress I've made. Look, we're nearly done with this page. I would have finished, right, I've got to finish this colour. There's only a few stitches down here. I was going to finish it last night, but it was getting close to midnight. I don't even think the stream was picking up the music because I turned it right down. Oh, dearie me. Put it to there. I'll have to probably turn it back down the next song anyway. There's a cat hair in my mouth. We're off to a great start. How is everyone? I hope everyone's doing better than I was last week. Oh, I just had a real rough time. It's fine. I went to bed at 1 AM and fell asleep at 3 AM. Same, little. Same. That's just how I've been lately, though. Just not going to sleep till stupid o'clock. The other night I went to bed at like 4, like coming up to 5, and I was up at 9, and I was like, why? I was so tired. But I was like, right. I fell asleep quite quick last night. I still went to bed at my usual time of 3. But I slept through the night, which is like rare for me. Normally I'm waking up a lot, but no, not last night. But yeah, I was really debating that. I was sat here last night and I was like, I could do those. Just those few stitches right in this area and it's done. But then I was like, last time I said that, I ended up doing this big section up here. You can't see where I'm pointing, but up here, and I stayed up past 1 AM. So I'm like, nope, let's not, because knowing me, I'll probably have to unpick it tomorrow on stream. So I also have repainted my nails. This is a thermal polish, by the way. So later on you might see it look a completely different colour. It's the one of the Mooncat's newest polishes from their newest collection. I don't remember what this one's called. So if at any point my fingers start to change colour, that's why. But it's been really fun to be like, oh, this is the cold colour, by the way, which means my hands are cold, which they are. So the other colour means they're warm. So when it changes, we know I'm warm. I should start. They are starting to turn on some of the fingers, so I am warming up a bit. Yeah, I painted them yesterday. The formula for this one's a bit gloopy. I might have to get some polish thinner because it is looking a bit gloopy. You can't tell, like this one's smushed. Look, right there, it's smooshed. This one's got a thick blob, and I'm just like, you know what? That'll do. But look, my middle finger is lighter because it's changing. My middle finger's warmed up. Well, it's because I have a thing on my finger. Is that hand? Yeah. I get these little finger infections. I lay on the couch watching TV to recover from Saturday yesterday. I don't blame you. I hope you enjoyed yourself, though. I hope you had a nice time. I'm going to assume you did, otherwise you would have said something. But I just hope you did. Just vegged out yesterday. But yeah. And it's really funny as well, because I was saying to my mum earlier, because I still feel like absolute rubbish. I did, but now they want to take me out for my 30th next month. Yeah, but you'll have money by then, hopefully. Like, you're only so... Ow, my shoulders, they're off today. Bloody Susan. So it should be... See, I think I'm going to have to turn that down. No, I think that music is actually fine. I just have a very sensitive head lately. It's just been a nightmare. No, I just have to remember I can't get as close to this as I normally would because I have a mic and a camera. So I'm normally right up in this thing's face. I cannot do that. I'm not on the back already. I'm just going to leave that. I cannot be bothered. I cannot. Yeah, I forgot my tweezers. I was like panicking trying to set this up. I was like, I need to be live by 4:30 at the latest. Any later than 4:30, there's no point. So yeah, I was saying to my mum earlier that it's funny, I injected myself Friday, which will hopefully be the last ever time I have to do that because I hate it. I hate having to inject myself. It's not the needle, it's just feeling it all. Like, I can have a blood test, no problem. It's just something about doing it yourself. When someone else is doing it for you, you can just not think about it. Or you can watch and not think, but I couldn't even have my mum watch. I was like, you need to look away. Because she was watching and I was like, look away. And then I did it, and then it was fine. But I just hate it. But yeah, I had my GI appointment on... Sorry, I'm just making sure this is level. Otherwise it wobbles for some reason. Like, it's really wobbly. I've threatened to buy a lottery stand. I've threatened it because I'm getting really fed up. Yeah, I had my GI appointment on Wednesday. That was entertaining because I cried. Because I was already in a lot of pain for the past few days. Since last weekend. Well, the weekend before technically, because last weekend was the one we just had. And I don't know what happened. I'm still, like, it's nowhere near as sore. Like, I can actually sit more comfortably. But last week, just sitting was bad. Oh, thank you for contributing towards the HAED. I feel bad though, because I'm going to have to extend that. Because it's not gonna... There's 16 days left and we're only 10k because I took too much time off. Oh no, we're nearly there actually. We got to raise 10k, I think. I think I set it to 10,000, not 100,000. I think we're good on that actually. I don't know. My brain, I know nothing anymore. It's the way they've worded it. It says raised 10k. But no. I think whatever's to the side is hiding it. That's what it is. Oh, look. It's changing. I'm warming up. It's changing. So we're nearly there, so it's fine. We just gotta get these pages done. Yeah, I walked into that appointment after sitting in their uncomfortable chairs. I had to be weighed because I'm weighed at every appointment. So I went to check the results because I was like talking to my mum and I was like, the number looks smaller. Like, it looks different to how it looked last time. And so I had to log on to the patient portal thing I can access. And I logged in and it had my results from that day, from Wednesday morning, on there already. And I was like, bloody hell. So I could literally just look and compare. And I looked and I was like, yeah, I have. It looks like I've lost a whole stone. I am not going to convert that because I don't know how to. Stone's the only thing I know how much I weigh in that. So if anyone else wants to know what that is, you'll have to look it up. I lost a whole stone. Which is funny because I thought last time I had lost weight, but then I hadn't. But this time I didn't feel anything and I had. So it's weird. Our bodies are weird. So yeah, I even had to sit in like the bigger chairs, because they have the standard patient chairs and then they have the bigger chairs. So I had to sit in one of them so I could try and sit on my hip bone. If I had shoes that I could easily take off, I would have sat on my legs like I am now. Because, ugh, sitting in chairs, so painful. So I walked into that appointment and he was like, "How you doing?" And I was just like, "I'm in so much pain." And I grabbed, like, this is how you know I was in that much pain. I grabbed, like, death gripped the arms of those chairs in order to lower myself. And he was like, "Judging by the way you're sitting, I'm going to guess not good." And I said, "No." I was like, "I am in so much pain." And then I just started crying. And so we were discussing everything. He wanted to have a look at it all, so I let him. He also had a trainee GI nurse, so I don't know if that made a difference. But there was someone else in the room. It wasn't just me, my mum and him. I don't know. Maybe the crying and having someone else in there made a difference. But I had the appointment. He looked at everything. And then he asked about my medication. He was like, "Do you think it's working?" And I just went, "No." And he was like, "Do you think it works when you first inject, and then when it comes time to next inject, you start to feel worse?" And I said, "I feel no different." Because sometimes people will feel better when they inject themselves for like the first few weeks, and then as it starts to wear off, so to speak, you start to feel better. I had a trainee nurse do my smear last year. She was not gentle. Ow. I mean, like, they do have to start somewhere, but you'd think that they'd be taught be gentle as well. So I'm sorry you had that experience. But hopefully they learn and they're no longer that rough. Right. So yeah, so he was like, "Okay," so I was told, this is what confused me though, when I saw him last, which was in November, he said to me that there was no more medication for me to take. Ow, ow, ooh, my ankle. My big toes are starting to get painful again, which has me worried. Because, ugh. They do their thing as well. I'm sorry, I'm just looking where I'm going next, because I feel like I want to leave this part and this part till the end. This is the frog's nose, by the way. Like right here, this is the start of the frog. It's that tiny slither you can see up here. So I want to like do all this part, but it's just figuring out what colour. Maybe this colour. Is that all there is of it? Like, there's two down there as well. Okay. Must be more in the next page then. Because there's 157 stitches left, and there is not. So I'm readjusting again. But yeah, so he was like, "There's tablets now that you might be able to take." And we were like, "Oh, that's great. How big are they?" And he was like, "I don't know, I've never seen them, I just know that there's tablets." He's seen them in the packaging and that's it. He hasn't seen them like out of it. Sorry if that was really loud. That was my lost chips. And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of great, isn't it?" Because I do have a bit of a problem when it comes to swallowing tablets. I can swallow my medication I'm on for my headaches because they're not that big. But if they're... I'm getting caught up on everything. If they're too big, I can't swallow them. They just won't go down. Or if they're capsules, I can't swallow capsules. They get stuck to my tongue and then they start to dissolve. It's this whole thing. It's why my pain medication's the liquid, because I can't swallow the tablets because it comes in capsules. And no. Sorry, I have like goopy eyes right now. It's like all the fluff from the threads is going into my eye. I also just feel very tired and drained, which is how I know the medication's really not doing anything. Right. Oh my god, I was racking my brain this weekend over storage solutions for my threads and stuff, because I know I have these, so I have these, don't I? Well, at the moment, the ones that don't have any threads on them are in the box that they came with, which is fine. Except when I start to do the threads, I need to put them in. I'll take the threads. No, I'm not having that kind of an issue, Little. I'm just having an issue on where to put them for safekeeping. Could you imagine? Little, I need that skein of 3799. Can you ship it back? I just send you a PDF. Here's a HAED. Can you just send me these ones back, please? You'll be like my own personal thread picker, except they're my threads. But yeah, so it's just, I have a shelf above me, like not right above me, but in front of me. The webcam is on the shelf. And I just don't know what to do. Because I have lots of things and no room. And so I'm like trying to think of what to do, because when the threads, if they aren't in a project, so if they're on one of these and they're not in a project, they're just sitting in a bag, right? I have like 2 big plastic bags, not like rubbish bags, like when you order thread from like Lakeside or something, they come in those plastic bags. I have them like that. But the problem is when you want, right, so I was trying to kit up, look, I'll show you. So I've got the, oh god, the glare, I'm so sorry. So I have the Fabulous House series, and I'm getting them from Megan Coffee Craft Fabrics. She's dyeing us fabric specifically for it, and I've asked for individual ones. So I'm kitting them up, right? So before I bought these threads, I was going through my master list of threads to make sure I didn't have them somewhere. And I would go through and I'd be like, right, I have it. So then I'd look, but I can't find it. So I end up having to go through the bags, and I go through them like 3 million times, and I can't find it. So then I start getting stressed, which makes me want to cry. So I'm just like, sorry, I'm here and was trying not to panic. I thought I had lost a present. Oh dear. I'm going to assume you haven't, because otherwise you would be. Oh god, I pulled that too tight. Damn it. Otherwise you'd be really panicking. But I just don't know what to do, because like I have the money to buy the storage that I need. It's just, where are those going to go? Because Pip and Chip, the people I got these floss drops from, do sell these what are they called? They're like dividers that you put into these like boxes, essentially. And you have to get the boxes from IKEA because they're made to fit those ones. So I was looking over the weekend at these boxes being like, okay, that's going to be this much. But the problem is, if one turns up before the other, I can't do nothing until the other one turns up. But then I still have the problem of when I go to kit up this HAED, the Melody of the Night HAED, I can't use these because I'm already using some of them, probably most of them. So then I was like, okay, and as much as I love these, this is my monster, okay? So I have this, and then I have these, right? Because they're so big, they don't fit on one hoop, on one of these rings. I have 5 of them. There's the 4 here, and there's the one that I have, 1 second, put them back, that I have here. Right, I would love for these to all be on one, but they're so thick. Like, I love these, don't get me wrong. It's just they're so thick. Like this, it's very hard to fit too many. Like, I tried to fit some on both sides, but then you can't open this. Like, even when you've got too many and it's like up here, it's really hard to open that side. So I was just trying to work out the best way to store them without them getting all jumbled up. But I don't want to have to I'm not buying another set of those every time I kit HAED up, because that's just ridiculous. I don't need 505, I think that's how many they do, of these every time when I might need 100. So then I was looking at other ones, and what is that? What did I do there? I think I've gone like, hang on, I'm gonna fix that. I went into like the other stitch. There we go, that looks normal now, not that you could tell. You found it, oh good. Good. I've been panicking along with you. But yeah, so I'm just like, okay, so then I was looking up Annie's keepers. They're basically, well, they're not basically, they are. They're floss drops. Hello, Keshi. I just look over and there's just my smug emo in chat. I'm like, oh, Keshi's here. Should make that into a needle minder / pin so you guys can have it to wear and use and stuff. I need to make my own. I was gonna make some this weekend, but I just oh no, they're making a pyramid. A smug pyramid. But my brain was all over the place. So I keep hitting my light, sorry. So yeah, so I was just looking at getting these Annie's keepers, and they're also not cheap. They're like 60 quid. I say that, but you get 300, so it's not like you're paying 60 quid and getting 20. Like on Lakeside, they're 67.99 for 300. Ohio. Hello, Keshi. And it's like, okay, but then I have the other problem once I'm done is where am I going to store those? I'm not buying more boxes to store those in. So I'm like, I don't know. Because I still am using them. Hang on. I can be storage. So I use these normally. Right, they're oh come on brain. They're gift tags, right? I bought a pack of you can buy them in packs off Amazon, and I was buying like tons of these. But the problem is, you have to write the number, then you have to punch the hole because it's only got one hole. And after like 10 minutes of doing the hole punching, your hand hurts. So I have a problem. I sit on the floor to sort my paperbacks. And now I can't get up again. Oh, little, I'm sorry. You have to stay there. I can't help. I'm the same. If I got on the floor or something to help, you would be stuck. We'd be like, have you seen Death Becomes Her? It's like my favourite film. Not my all-time favourite, but it's one of my favourite films. Right at the end, when the two of them fall down the stairs, that would be me and you. We'd be like, God damn it, get the glue. That would be us. Because I'm like, we're screwed. I can't get up. So I've actually kitted up. I kitted up my Eevee HAED when I first got that back in 2019. But that is us. We just need to find that man who can make us eternally young forever. And then he's gonna end up dying. But I watched that whole film and kitted up my HAED back in 2019. I sat there and I did the whole thing. Put them onto bobbins, wound them, ticked them off. I did everything. Because I was like, yes. I was like, I am just living my life right now. But yeah, I just don't know about storage. And then Megan of Coffee Craft Fabrics had another Fabric Super Sunday event last Sunday, the 18th. No, not the 18th. The 14th. I saw I wanted some. No. And I didn't get that many. I had self-control and restraint. I still got quite a few, but I didn't get as many as I normally would. I did get 2 of some fabrics because I was like, I need them. So if I really liked a fabric, I got it in a 32 and a 40. I saw you commenting. You saw me go, can I have a 32 count? And her going, I don't have any. Can I have a 40 count then, please? Sure. I was like one of the, like, I remember sitting here stitching and I looked at the time and it was like 4 minutes past and I was like, no! Because her fabrics can go quite quick. Like, if you don't get there as soon as the clock turns over, the next hour, it can be gone. So I'm like reading all the comments, looking for 32 or 40 count, seeing like 1 or 2 and going, can I have a 32 count, please? A 32 count even weave, and she goes, yep, last one, and I'm like, oh, thank God. Because I was just like, I need them. I'm too busy stitching this, so I have nothing, but at the same time, I was like, panic stations, everyone. That is literally me. Like, I wake up, like, she starts them at 8 o'clock. I don't get out of bed till 10. So I've missed the first 2 hours. And so I'm always, like, panicking, like, please don't let the first ones be the good ones. Please don't let them be the good ones. And I can't remember what they were this time, but I was like, oh, it's fine. I still managed to get some. But I got a fabric for the Deadly Aquariums. So I'm like, it's fine. And I'm really sad because I bought fabric from her to do the mermaid sal from Bella Filipina. And they don't sell the PDF anymore, so I can't do it. So, I love the pinks and purples. I did get the purple. I didn't get the pink. I got a purple. I tend to go for like your blues and neutrals. If I can stitch on it, like if I can stitch a Barbara Anna or a modern folk embroidery or something on it, then I'm all for. If I can't think of anything to stitch, I just don't get it. Or if I don't have a pattern coming up that needs a colour, like that purple, excuse me, I might put the Fantastic Fungi, no, the Femurs and Fungi sal on, because that needs a purple. But we shall see. But I don't know what it is, but the blues on that, ugh. Come on, needle. See, this is the problem. I get so many knots on the back, I'm struggling to get my needle through. And I'm sitting like so far away, so I can't see what I'm doing properly. But yeah, if I had them to hand, I'd show you what I got, because I completely forgot to take pictures. I was just like, yep, those are the fabrics I got. I showed everyone here in the house that wanted to see them, like my mum and that, and then I was like, right, they can go away now. See any delay again, and he went over. Oh my God, my eyes. I generally can't see. And I'm stitching in a sea of blue with a green, so I'm gonna just guess and go there. I'll find out later if that's wrong. But I did get my... So I placed an order with this artist online called Bailey J. She's based in Canada. And I did get her stuff in today, as well as the kit I ordered from the home makery the other day. So, ow. It came in this box. It did have my address, but I've ripped it off, so we'd have to worry about it comes with. Look at the tape. But I'm not going to take everything out because it's a pain to get back in, because this box is horrible. Like, it's a good sturdy box, but I've only just painted these nails. That's not okay. So I won't show you everything, but I got this pin. Look. Wait. Can I look? You can just see in like these parts there's sparkles. And then I got washi tape, and I've also got a weekly planner that's the same. And then for the kit I got from the Frosted Pumpkin, I got the stickers. These are gonna go on my iPad. And then a sun catcher. I've never had one of these before. And then the needle winder and that are in this big rattly package. So I won't. Oh wait, I can show you the Bailey stickers. Ow. Look, Luna Moth. And then the freebie, who is a little birdie. I also got a jumper. Now everyone here, hang on. Everyone in my house was shocked because I don't normally wear jumpers. Something about them being around my neck. But Bailey had recently got an embroidery machine and has started to make her own merchandise with embroidered designs. I'm trying to do this so I don't look. There we go. And then at the bottom, where is it? It has Bailey J. So now I have to fold this back up. So I can't remember how she folded it to show off the design. Oh, Zelda, what are you doing? Zelda, what are you doing? I just pooped my pants nearly. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. You probably felt him bump up against the mic. Oh. This cat. He's trying to take my arm out with him. He did not learn. He didn't learn his lesson. This is how, by the way, that's healed up. Oh, you can't even see it. Hello, Lumi. There's one bit. You can't see it. I'm too pasty. Hang on, if I turn the webcam light off. There we go. That's all that's left. You can just about see that. That's what's left of what he done. Sorry, that's me turning the webcam light back on. It's hello, Lumi. Zelda, you can't be there. No, you can't be there. Oh, I also got my catnip order. So look, I have a new mat. I have a new desk mat. So. Come on, mister. Come on. Yes, I know. Come on. Why you fight? Why? Little says hello, Zelda. Come on, mate. The thing is, he knows I now can't pick him up. Because that hurts. So he's being extra. Look. Look, he's pretending to be cute. He just want pets, please. If I give him pets, and then he gets angry at me. He can't make up his mind. Oh, so he just woke up. That's what it is. Didn't ya? Yeah, you just woke up. Is that on your whisker? Oh, okay, not. Oh, it's gone anyway. Well, there goes the stitching. Out the window. Oh, he's moving. He's decided to leave on his own accord. He's so good. Goodbye, Zelda. Thank you. Oh, jeez. This thing is so heavy. Ugh. Right. But yeah, I had an order from Catnip come in. Lumi, since you're here, I don't need to reply to that DM. That's fine. It doesn't look like a you-know-what. It's just got a red nose. That doesn't bother me. Just to let you know. But thank you for checking. I was like, I'm sure I'd be fine. So... But no, that's 100% fine. Okay, OMG, I've been freaking out. No, I get why Alex said what he said, but it was fine. Just thanks for making sure. It doesn't, I promise. You'd have heard a different sound coming out of my mouth if it did. I'm stuck though. Yeah, no, it's fine. It looks like... I'm not going to say because it will spoil it. I'll message you later. He was just like, why are you drawing a clown? And I was like, no, actually, I can just message you with my phone. I don't need to use the keyboard. Yeah, I'll tell you what it looks like, but it's not a clown. So it's fine. No phone, don't. I think that's what they are. But that's what it reminds me of. It nothing like a clown. Why has Keshi got the knife out? Yeah, no, it's fine. It's certain things to me that makes me think clown. It's the wig, the white face paint, the marks around the eyes. It's like, and then it's basically Ronald McDonald. If I see Ronald McDonald, that's it, I can't. So, Zelda, why are you back? No, keep going. What are we on about? Lumi messaged me. When did you message me? It was probably this morning. My time. No, 2:30 in the morning. Asking about Sticker Club because something she's drawing from it might look like a clown. According to what Alex said, he was like, why are you drawing a clown? And I like we've discussed before, I have a very big phobia of clowns. So then Lumi started to panic, thinking that I would be terrified if I opened up my Sticker Club and there was just clown. So she just wanted to make sure, and it's fine, it doesn't. So, in a panic in the middle of the night, no, it's fine. You probably went to bed being like, oh my god, what if it is? I'm gonna have to redesign it. And it's like, no, it's fine. Honestly. No, you're good. I was like, how can I fix this? Nah, you don't need to. It's just thanks, Alex, for making sure, you know, but it's all good. When I got that message, I was like, oh no. I was like, I'm sure she's not. It probably looks nothing like it. It's just there's something about the way the silhouette or whatever looks. No, completely fine. He's just got a wet nose. It's just cold outside. Could you imagine everyone else gets the clown version with air quotes, and then I get a different version. I get an Emma exclusive sticker. But nah. There's no need to change anything. Unless you plan to add a white face and a wig. But I doubt it, so. No, see now, I didn't think you would. There's just certain things that my brain sees and it goes clown. So, the clown, obviously. I can watch Krusty the Clown, like I used to watch The Simpsons. Krusty the Clown is fine. So, it's just certain things that trigger it and certain things that don't. So, it's all good. I really can't see what I'm stitching though. I can't use the magnifiers, they make my eyes, oh. I've tried. What are you doing now, mister? Go on then. What are you doing? Why are you... Oh, he's taking the long way round to my bed. What is he like? You would have thought after that day he would have learnt not to walk across the arm of my chair. No. He even jumped to it yesterday and freaked me out because his claws do need cutting now. And if he had missed, he would have gone right down my arm. So, oh. But no, it's all fine. Oh my god, I was listening to a true crime case last night, like I always do. Breathes, now I can finish this thing. Yeah. Whew. I was listening to a true crime. It took place back in the 1970s, so not too long ago, but not really recent. And so just off the bat, it's a family annihilator. It's a man who's killed his wife and kids. And I heard like the first 20 minutes and I was like, oh my god, he did it. No question in my mind. The story he came up with is so funny. Like I was sat there last night and I was like, Mum, I was like, this man, he has not read the Simon Whistler Steps to Committing a Murder book. That is not a real book. It's a casual criminalist joke, by the way. Like he has fake rules where number 1, don't write down your crimes. Number 2, don't do this. So the guy's like, I woke up. What was the story? I'm getting to it. I was going round to getting to it. So unless you mean what was the case, I can't remember right now. I'll have to pull it up in a second. So this guy, he wakes up and it's a Tuesday in August. Like, if the only reference I have is it's like coming up to my birthday, like that kind of a reference. And he wakes up and his wife and kids are gone. And he has a typed note, because remember, this is before computers, so they only had like typewriters, I think. Or if they did have computers, they weren't that good. I don't know. So anyway, there was just a typed up note on the table that says, I'm leaving you for a lawyer who gets more money and can actually take care of me and the kids. Goodbye. Right? And because of that, he tears up this one specific spot in the carpet. Not the entire carpet in the bedroom, just this one specific spot. And he also dismantles their bed in a fit of rage. And then on Wednesday, he starts going around to the neighbours and the family and saying that his wife and kids have left him. Huh? Which bit are you confused about? The fact that he's only ripped up a specific part of the carpet in his fit of rage because his wife and kids have left him? Or he's dismantled the family bed in a fit of rage? Bro forgot the plot. He did it. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Hands down. And so then he goes around and he starts saying, my wife and kids have left me. All I had was this note. And he goes up to the parents, so her parents, and he tells them his hands are all scratched up. And they're like, dude, you should go to the doctor about that. And he's like, no, it's fine. I fell off my bicycle. He didn't have cuts or scrapes anywhere else, just his hands. And I was like, oh my god, this guy. And he even tells them that he ripped up the carpet and the bed. Oh, he also cut out the mattress. He also cut out a section of the mattress. And then he tells everyone which dump he took it to. And I was like, oh my god. I was just like, this is getting better. Because why did he do it? Or why is he telling everyone this stupid story that's not believable? Because, oh dear. But I just think, like, I know true crime's supposed to be, like, sad and that, but for this one, I was just like, why? Both. He was having an affair. Like, that's what it always comes down to. He was having an affair and he didn't want to get a divorce. And why? Because he's dumb, apparently. Like, I don't actually know why he was telling everyone this information. Yeah, no, that was me. And I was just like, Mum, this is getting funnier. I was like, this sounds satirical. Men, am I? Yeah, men. Just get a divorce. For crying out loud. But it was just the fact that he even went to his lawyer friend and told his lawyer friend the same story. And it was like, oh my god, why would you tell a lawyer? It always comes back to men in the street. It does. I breathe funny, men. Little pulls of muscle, men. But I was just like, what the hell? And then the funniest thing is, right, this bit isn't actually the funny bit. So then they end up finding his daughter's body. She was found at Niagara Falls. And a mother and her sons found her. And then she had to be identified. The police then get involved because the father-in-law phoned the police because he actually works with... He's a fireman. Or he's a chief of the fire department. And so he has a connection to the police. And the son-in-law, when he turns up that day to tell them that they've gone missing, he says, don't tell the police. Oh, and also don't come to the house. And he's like, okay. So then the police start thinking it's just a missing person. So they start to ask him questions. And he's like, he basically tells them the same thing. That, oh, well, his wife and kids, like, that he found that note. And then he ripped up the carpet just in this one specific spot. And then the excuse he gave for ripping up just one specific spot was that the kids and the cat had accidents. So the kids had vomited and the cat had peed on it. Just this one spot, and it stunk. And I was like, this guy is so stupid. And then he did the same to the bed because of reasons. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. I was like, you might as well just say, well, I killed them. But I was just laughing at, like, how stupid this guy is and how it was all over another woman. And his wife knew that he was having an affair because even when they'd started dating, his eyes were always on the wonder. So... And then there were times where he was caught with a neighbour, not, like, doing anything. But he was flirting. He even flirted with his sister-in-law, who was a college student at the time. He started to come home from work earlier and earlier whenever she looked after the kids. And she was like, okay, that's weird. It's a bit weird, dude. Please stop. But it's a two-parter, so I haven't got round to the second part. But where I'm up to, where it ended off last night is... Yeah, no, that was my face too, Lumi. Where I got up to last night, he had been arrested. They found the wife's body. They found the daughters. They have not found the son. They thought they had found the son's body, but unfortunately it was a identification, and it was actually this other child that had gone missing, and they'd already had a funeral for him, so the coroner did apologise profusely and did reimburse them the fees that they paid for the funeral. And I did look it up because I just wanted to know. They have never found the son. Ever. At all. Even to this day, his son is still missing. Unfortunately. I just don't know why they haven't... I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen the second part, so maybe they ask him in there. But this guy, right, he starts to ask he starts to tell them what he did that day. He admits that he'd been sleeping in the basement because his wife had had an argument with him Friday. And I was like, oh, this guy killed them on the Friday and spent the whole weekend sorting the house out. And Monday, because he didn't turn up to work and he didn't come in till Wednesday. And by Wednesday, he was back to his normal self. And then he bumped into the other woman. And she was like, don't forget it's my birthday. And he was like, I won't. Men. But I feel like he's going to be sentenced to a very long time in prison. Because... looking for the next colour to do. It's getting to that point on the page where it's like, do I want to do 6 stitches of a colour? Okay, that's 7 stitches. I was like close. But he was like, oh, so on Tuesday I woke up and my wife and kids were gone, and I found this note. And I got really mad, and so I tore up this one specific section of the carpet, tore it into tiny little pieces, and went to this specific dump and dumped it. Oh, and whilst I was at home, I took apart the marital bed, and I also cut I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a thing that goes under your mattress, not the protector, the underlayer. And he was like, I cut that up too, and I took it to the same dump. And so the police were like, okay. And then he was like, I drove to this specific town. Box spring. No, it was definitely something like a protector, but underneath. I cannot remember. Like, underlay? This was literally last night, so... Underlay? The mattress underlay? I mean, I don't think it's important. So, we'll just say underlay. So he had to do that, and it was like, obviously, because it's covered in blood. And the police did go over there and search the house, and they were like, the home's in disarray. Like, bits and pieces missing. He also then said that he drove to this one specific place after, and then he drove to this other place, and it was like, dude, you're just telling them where you dropped them off. But... it was just... it was like so funny though, because of the way he was like, well, I did this and then I did that, and it's like, just add the proper details in, you know, just add the rest. Like, that's like the one time a true crime case has actually just genuinely made me go like, oh my god. Like, normally I'm just like, oh, I can't believe they done that. But this one I was like, dude, seriously, you're going around and telling everyone? And I said this to my mum. I said, if you were leaving someone, wouldn't you write the note with your handwriting, not type it up? Because that's going to be quicker, isn't it? To write it out, because you could have wrote that out anyway. But then the police were like, so what did she take with her? Because she has the kids. So did she take the kids' clothes, their belongings, like personal items, their favourite books, toys? And he was like, nah. She just took her purse. But she left the credit cards. So it's like, okay, that's weird. And then he was trying to make it out that she was the problem and she was the one having the affair. And then when they found the daughter's body, he was like, oh my god, what has she done? And it's like, what has she done? What did you do, sir? Don't blame this on her. Especially when her body then turned up. I feel like if it was a murder-suicide with the kids, they would have found the son with them. But they didn't. I just hope that boy has been found and they just haven't... Like, he probably was deceased, but I hope they found him and he was buried somewhere. So he's at least resting and he's not just out there. Because his dad is a piece of garbage, in my opinion. And I think he deserves it. Men. Yeah, it's just this all comes back to men. This is literally what me and Little do. We just sit here for like 3-4 hours just going blah 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 blah. Men. Blah 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 blah. Men. People would think we're men hating. It's like, nah. Men just do horrific things. Not that women can't. Women definitely can. But a lot of the time it's men. You know, like, if women did more vicious crimes, I'd talk about them too. But it's just men. Blah, blah, blah. Men. Blah, blah, blah. Bloody Susan. Oh, yeah, and Susan. Susan does get brought up. So we have one woman. Just Susan. Bloody Susan. I feel like that has just become a meme, not just on my stream, but just in general. Like, I was on Reddit yesterday, and I just saw someone say something about a name. Don't even remember the name, but it was like, name. Name. Like, Susan. And it was like, like a Ted? Ted. Like, you just have that one name that everyone can just go, ah, yes, that person. And everyone's like, It's like Moon, when you can go bloody Moon. So, oh my god, I had me and my mum in stitches last night. Because Little's been sending me cat TikToks, I've been getting them on my Facebook that I use for mostly cross-stitching groups to just keep up and stuff. And I just look through the reels and I'm like, oh, business reels, because it's like basically my Instagram feed as well, my reels. I'm like, yep. I've been just getting funny cat videos, and the one I got last night, this cat was taking a dump in this woman's avocados. And she was like, bro, you're pooing on my avocados. And he did the cat face. I don't know if any of you ever watched your cat when they poo, but they pull that face where they're like kissing the air. Like, I'm doing it as if you could see my face, but like that. And it's just like, yes, that's what he was doing. And I was like, Mum, you gotta see this. So I showed her because I was already weighing myself. And she was like, oh my God. I'd already just a bit of fertilizer. He's trying to. I think they were ripe enough as it was. My mum said there's just the skin, so you could just wash them. And I was like, nah, no. I don't think I could. The smell of some of the poos these cats do, it's hot. I don't call them stinkies for nothing. They are. Oh. Need a whole hazmat team. And the worst thing is, I can't pick him up. So, if they were to do a poo, I can't touch it. Like, I can't pick it up, so I have to sit with it. Just stinking the room out. And I'm like, no. And the reason why I just hit my light, I can't touch it is because of my Crohn's medication. Even though Zelda's an indoor cat, Molly was not, so we don't actually know what she's got, if she has anything. So it's more like a let's be safe, even though I'd like use a scoop and wash my hands and stuff. That booty. The cat booty. Sorry, Lil sent me a picture of a cat. But I just, they stink. Cats do. And then there was another one, and what got me, so it was a cat sitting on the sofa licking a pizza blanket, and what got me was the Hamilton song. Just a bit of Milo booty. Oh, I am honoured. And it was the look at my son, and it was like pride is not the word. What is it? Look at my son, pride is not the word I'm thinking of. I think that's how the lyric goes. I think it's from Hamilton. When his son's playing the piano, he's like, look at my son. And he's like, that is Zelda. Zelda does that. Zelda's that cat. Right, next colour. You know what's going to happen later? I'm going to look and I'll be like, oh, there's funny stitches. I was stitching this last night and there's some stitches like down here where it was just a half stitch. So I just stitched over it with the other colour. I was like, it's going to be 2 colours. It's a blend. No one's going to know. Oh, we're going to finish a colour on this page. I finished. No, I don't think I finished a colour on this page. I feel like Emma regrets having me on TikTok. I send her so many. Honestly, I love it. I love it though. Lumi sends them to me as well, and I love getting them. Thing is, I open them when I first wake up, so my brain's not awake, so I'm just looking at it going, because I'm just like, I don't know how to respond to this. This brain's just woke up and I'm like, funny video. I'm like, We call that creative liberty. So that's why sometimes you'll just get like a big old message being like, that poor cat, because I'm like, I don't know what else to put. Like how this morning I tapped the video and it wouldn't play, so I kept tapping it and then it liked it, and I was like, I haven't even watched it yet. And I was like, ugh. We talked about orange cats and the brain cell, and that's all I've seen now ever. I've been getting them too, so don't worry. Getting them on Facebook. Oh, just cats. You know, they're just they're wonderful and amazing, but they're also very stupid. And it's like, yes. Zelda can go from running around this room and out in the hallway and up the banister at like 10 o'clock at night to sleeping soundly on my bed at 10:01 p.m. And it's just like, yep. He's such a clingy cat too. Like, I'll get into bed. Oh, I have a thread there. Let's be trying to start one. I have one. All that for 9 stitches. I get into bed and I get my iPad so I can do my colouring, because I have an app that I like to do to just take my brain. I used to turn my brain off so I can sleep. And then I put my podcast on my phone. And then I go to settle into bed. And I haven't even done any of that yet. I've just got on the bed and Zelda's already trying to lay with me. And it's like, can you just wait, sir, please? Like, 2 minutes, please. Because he wants to lay, like, in my armpit, but across my chest. Because he can't lay where he used to lay, which was, like, on my belly, because that hurts. So he's compromised. He's like, fine, I'll lay in your armpit then. But he doesn't give me time to get ready. And I'm like, please, Zelda. And then trying to move him, he just gets on, like, clingier. And I'm like, please, Zelda, stop. That's your claw where it's not supposed to be. Please stop. And then I'll finally be ready, and then he snuggles, and it's fine. He started to do this thing, though, where he puts his paw under my neck. And I'm like, is this a threat? Is he threatening me? Like, if I move, he's gonna kill me? I don't know. He seems like the sort of cat that would. He just... And I get why he's so clingy. I got him when I first started to get sick. So he would lay on me to comfort me and stuff, but now he can't, and he doesn't understand why. Because, well, it worked before. And it's like, yeah, but this is different now. And then I always feel bad. Like, his favourite thing would be to jump up at me, and I'd catch him. I can't do that now. So we compromise. He has to jump on something that's about waist height, and then he can stretch to jump up at me. And that's how I pick him up. But he used to just run up to me and just jump, and I'd have to grab him. Because we used to do it when I'd get home from work. He'd run in and be like, Mom! And jump up at me. But not anymore. Which is like fine, but it's also like, I miss doing those things. But I do find it funny though that whatever I start to talk about on a stream or on TikTok will start appearing on other places. Like, I'll be talking about cats and then I start to get more cat videos. Or just a reference to a conversation I've had. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, I know our phones are constantly listening to us. Because otherwise, how else would they know you're looking for that new fridge? Or whatever. It's just a tad scary and annoying. But as they say, it is what it is. And I'm still racking my brain over storage solutions, so yay. and everything else, but I'm just stuck because it's not, I have like a big room, but it's not just my room, I share it. So I can't just I can't keep putting shelves up on the wall either, because Zelda likes to jump up at them. And it's like, it's dangerous for him to be jumping up onto the shelves, and it's also annoying because I don't want him to hurt himself or break something. And it's like, I don't know. So I'm just trying to work out a safe system that would work, that I can also easily get to. Because like I was saying earlier, I'd have to buy these IKEA boxes to put on the shelf, but they do stick out a bit because my shelf's not as wide as these boxes. So it was like, if he was to jump up there at 3 o'clock in the morning, you would just hear like these going everywhere. And I'd be like, 3 o'clock in the morning, Emma, not even slept yet, having to put all her DMC away. Yeah, no thanks. And the shelf's right above my desk. So I would just worry that if anything fell off and it hit certain things, it would break them, like my drawing tablet, all my monitors. And it's like, yeah, let's not. Like, I like having the shelf where it is because my webcam is on it. So, like, that's helped. And there's some of my cross-stitch projects are up there, just staring at me. Like, right in front of me right now is my Gamer Nouveau from Gecko Rouge. And it's like, yeah, it's just staring at me. And then behind that is No Time Like the Present by Modern Folk Embroidery. And then behind that is The Pointed Fifth by Long Dog Samplers. And then behind that, and this is me just going off what I know is behind everything. And then behind that is my Dragon Sal, the Pixel Dragon Adventure Sal from Fossy Flock Shop, that has now finished. So, and then I have a box to the left of that has a bunch of smaller projects. And it's like, because I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I really cornered myself when I started this year. Because my original plan was a page a month. Like, oh, well, if I do a page in January, a page in February, and a page in March, that means, you know, by April, I just have to do April's page, which would have been that tiny sliver. This would have been May's, and then this one would be June's. And then, but then I was like, I can't, because I know it will happen. I'll get so far through a page and I want to stop. So I'm like, I need to push through, which is what I'm doing. And now I'm like looking at all the new projects happening, all these things I've signed up to do, and I'm just like, That's why I'm like, I'm losing steam on this, because it's just taking so long. I mean, this page has definitely, I feel, gone quicker than this page and all these ones. But it's still, you know, it's just not. I want to just click my fingers and it's done. But it doesn't work like that. And like, that's the biggest problem with me. When I want to start something, it's very easy for me, if it's a small project, to just set that one down. Or if it's a SAL, to put it down and start the new thing and then never come back to the last one. But I can't do that with this because otherwise I'll never finish it, and it's like, not that it matters because I don't know what 2 free charts I'm gonna get from HAED now, because I bought all my Margaret Morales ones. So, and then I came to this realization. So I was like, I read the Bridget Ashwood's statement on leaving HAED after being with them for 20 years. And then I read the HAED one, and my brain automatically went into that, well, I need to go to HAED and buy those Bridget Ashwood patterns that I want. And then I looked, and I was like, wait. She literally said she's going to go somewhere else. And I was like, this is how they get you. Because... oh, bums, I dropped that. Hang on 1 second. Oh, it's fine, it landed on my chair. Like, this is how HAED gets you. They don't tell you to look up the statement made by the person who's leaving, because then you wouldn't have that FOMO. You know, that fear of missing out on the exclusivity, quote unquote. When it's like, you know that the artists are 90% of the time going to go somewhere else. And it's just shady business tactics in order to fearmonger and get you to panic buy, which they nearly got me with, from them. And like, okay, like the way HAED charts, that I say charts, they just run it through a program, let's be honest. The way HAEDs are charted though, it's my brain's used to that. Like, it's comfortable with looking at a confetti mess and the way it works and putting it into Pattern Keeper. Whereas something like a Pain-Free Crafts chart or a Charting Creations, it might be more confusing. It probably isn't, that's just me making it seem like it is in my head. Like, I know that's probably what it is. But it's just, HAED gets you. You know, they use things like retiring soon or effective immediately. This artist is retiring. And then everyone's like, a heads up would have been nice, and it's like, well, sorry, you should have bought them when they were available. And it's like not everyone has the money to spend, what is it, like $19? What is it? I know it's like, no, it's not that much, is it? How much is a HAED? Okay, $11.50. Right, it's not that... wait. That says clearance. $19. That sounded more like it. So it's like, not everyone can spend $19 for every pattern, because that adds up. Like, that's why I didn't buy all those Margaret Morales ones until they were on sale. Because what I spent 45 quid on those alone. So now imagine that at full price. Also, who has the time for all that to buy every HAED? The thing is, Lumi, there are some people that are just collectors. Like, they have no intention of stitching them, they just buy them. So the money that they would spend to kit up a HAED, they don't spend because they just buy them. If you have a budget, say you allocate yourself a cross-stitching budget because you're retired or you're on a fixed income, and you have $100 or pounds or whatever currency to spend, and you have no intention of actually stitching it, you can easily spend that on buying the patterns. Like, that's why do we joke that there's 2 different hobbies in this community? There's buying the patterns and actually stitching them. There are people out there that have every single HAED pattern that's ever been released, because they just buy them with no intentions of stitching them. I've buy mine. Just go buy a print from the artist. You can at least put it on the wall. Yeah, well, yeah, but that's different though, Lumi. They just like to look at the black and white symbols. I honestly don't know why they actually just do that. Why they don't just do that. It's much cheaper. But it's just, you just have, and it's very elitism in the Facebook group. You're not allowed to say certain things about certain artists or this, that, and the other. And they do it for a reason. It's basically it's a curated feed. It's like, I'm not gonna say it's propaganda, but it's not propaganda. It's making you think that HAED is the best because, oh, the community's so kind, and it's like, they're not. If you have artists now leaving over AI art and their stance on it, because all these artists were like, we don't use AI at all, and we don't want to, and then you have a company that's using their money to give to you, but they're also just doing AI themselves. It's like, what's the point? Cheaper and all the support goes to the artist. Yeah, exactly. I just don't condone, right? I get it. HAED is very shady at the moment. I just can't agree with people wanting to pirate the patterns. So, like, say I bought a chart and you really wanted it, but there was no way for you to get hold of it anymore. I wouldn't feel comfortable giving that to you. I'm not saying you would ask, because I know you wouldn't, but let's just say you asked. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. But there are people that are now going, well, I don't support HAED at all. I want the pattern without buying it. And it's like, okay, but guess what you're doing? You're spitting in the face of the artist. Like, wait till there's a sale. If you don't want to give them full price, wait till there's a sale. Buy the charts you want and then do what I'm doing and never buying from them again. Unless they release from that artist. If Margaret Morales goes somewhere else, like, I know she's with Diamond Art Club, and that's why I've been buying, or trying to, when they're actually in stock, trying to buy them. But I wouldn't be like, hey, does anyone have this Margaret Morales chart from HAED because I want it? No. I just can't condone it because it's pirating, and what's an artist going to do if they hear that people are just stealing their charts? They're not going to want to be part of the cross-stitch community. They could have been planning to go somewhere else, and now they're like, well, what's the point? And like, pirating is already a big thing in patterns. When I first started streaming, one of the first people to interact with me kept asking me why I wasn't working on evolutions instead of the garbage Lord Libidon patterns, then kept saying I should do a HAED because they're just better. Hi there. I am stitching a HAED right now that is nothing but confetti. At least with the Lord Libidon pattern, the stitches make sense. I mean, how many shades of blue do you need in this? I didn't even know what HAED was. I didn't know what HAED was until I heard about the evolution one. And even then, I only went because of the artist. Or that one dude that told you to burn your stitch. What? Why? What, because it wasn't a HAED? Do you see what I mean though? So many people. Like, there's just something about, like, there's a hive mind behind HAED. It's like, okay, I like stitching them, but I'm not going to go crazy. I just don't see the point. I'm not going to be like, guys, I've just bought 20 HAEDs and I'm going to kit them all up and start them all at once. Even though I feel like doing that with the Margaret Morales ones I've bought, but that's different. No, they came in, asked how long I've been working on it, and then told me to burn it when I finished. Why? Why? Okay, like, You go learn cross-stitching and you go do that with your stuff. But me, no. No clue. Honestly, why? Why do people feel the need to come in and tell you you're doing something wrong? And it's like, does it matter? That's all they ever said. Oh. Maybe they were having a bad day. I had already put over 100 hours into Big Pokes. Yeah, no. No. How about no? God, I don't know how many hours. Like, I've not been tracking how many hours. I know how many stitches I get done on this. If someone told me to burn this, I'd tell them where to go. No. But there's just something about, like, I understand that not every person who stitches or is a fan of HAED is like this. But there's just something, where's that one stitch? Oh, for crying out loud. Must be on the other page. It must be, because it's not here. I just don't get people that do that sort of thing. It's like, you know, when you're in school and you have those little gangs of people that are like the popular kids and all that. That's what a lot of the HAED stitchers feel like. I mean, that was when MNC was just born, so we were getting a lot of gamers coming in to ask why we exist. Oh, fun. I've noticed though, there's still a big population of like Twitch users who don't even know that there's other categories other than gaming. Like, I'm in the Twitch subreddit just because it's like, sometimes they can have helpful tips. And you'll have people being like, so what do you look for in a stream? And it's like, what game they're playing. And it's like, you do know Twitch isn't just for gaming. There are other things on there. But it's like it doesn't exist over there. Like, at all. You're either a gamer on stream or that's it. And it's like, well, what do you think I'm doing? Apparently this is gaming now. I should change my category to gaming. I should put this in the speedrunning category. I am not speedrunning right now. 51 stitches in an hour and a half. We are not doing it today. You know what it is? I'm too busy using my hands to talk. I keep saying this, but I do. I'm a hand talker. I also can't sit as close to this as I want because the microphone's right on my shoulder. If I could sit closer, it'd be fine, but I can't. It always picks up when I stop streaming. Damn, what game is this? This is a new game that's only just come out. Like, it's an indie developer. You've probably never heard of them before. Just one stitch there. I'm not doing that. I can't be bothered. There's one stitch there. I can't be bothered. Hey. Sorry, I'm just looking for... Oh, there's some down here. I can't be bothered. See, I'm now getting into the... Like, you can see it's getting into the heavy confetti. Like, over here, this is all confetti. And I've got this, and I've got that. This is the frog's nose. That's why I haven't stitched this yet. because I'm leaving that. But it's like down here, it's just getting bad. Who? But it's just finding out what I want to do. HAED is indie? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. It's true, but HAED heads would die. I mean, they're no mirabilia. Like, just putting it out there. Have you seen some of the like really old mirabilia charts? They're hand drawn. The symbols are hand drawn. It's not a computer generated program, they're hand drawn. When I was recharting Miss Cherry Blossom, I think it was, I noticed that some of the symbols looked inconsistent. Like, you know the one that looks like the scent symbol? It looked different every time, and I was like, that's weird. And I was like, oh my god, these are hand drawn. She painstakingly drew them in. Why? I guess when she started, they didn't have the charting softwares. But oh my, or to print them on that big of a scale, because they're not like it's not like one page per part. It's the whole thing's on one page, but it's double-sided. So I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's intense. I was just like, her hand, because I'd have been like, my hand was cramping looking at it. I think I'm gonna do this color. I don't know, we'll see. But I just don't get the elitism of HAED stitches. It's just a pattern. Like, yeah, they cost a lot, and it's like, but that's on the designer. She's charting. She's not charting, charging. That's the word I wanted. She's charging a fee for a pattern mill, for being a pattern mill, basically. Like, I don't mind paying that sort of a price for a full coverage if it's been altered slightly. You know, because some of these, right, make no sense. Like, in the flower, hang on, I need to see that. You won't be able to see this, but in the flower, right here, is just a single red stitch. It's not a brown stitch, it's a red stitch. When it could have just been a brown stitch. And like, to me, this, you literally can't see it, so blown out, hang on. This colour here is a green. A greeny yellow. It should be a light yellow. Alright, it's blown out again. And then like in this bit, which is this part here, so this bit right there, it's just this dark blue. There was 3 different shades in there. You can actually see, like, here's the darker, this one's like a grey blue, and it could have just been all the same. This ocean of green down here, different colours. There's some browns in with this, there's some greens, and it's like, it could have all just been one colour. I don't get elitism generally. If you do something good for you, just stay in your lane, friend, yeah. Like the people that will tell you you're stitching wrong, and it's like, huh? Like, all that matters in stitching, and I have said this many a time, is that your stitches go the same way. But even then, that doesn't matter. It's all depending on you. I just can't stand people that go, you're not stitching properly. You're supposed to do your X like how I do mine. And it's like, dude, I do mine like backwards compared to most of you. Because it's just comfortable to me. I do mine like I draw my X. I draw my X's like this. So I stitch like that. But guess what? If I can't come up in this corner because it's too bunched up, I'm going to come up in this corner. As long as my X is facing the same way, it doesn't matter which hole I come up. I can't stand our cross stitching. It makes me furious. I know. I'm sick and tired of seeing people posting like AI generated patterns and being like, does this look AI generated? And it's like, yes. And even if it wasn't, that's gonna be confetti heavy, stolen artwork. There's just like no point. Just don't bother. It's like, have you seen those Disney princess? Is this any good? Posts AI. Have you seen that Disney stained glass, that massive one? You know, the one that's got it. It's like a really nice art, but in cross stitch it looks terrible. Yes, yeah, that I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine kitting that up and doing like the first 10 by 10 block and having one of every colour basically in that 10 by 10. Because it would just, oh my god. Like, I know these annoy me with the confetti, like this part right here. Look at how this part right here looks compared to how it looks up there. And it's like, tell me how that pattern worked this out. This all should have been a dark colour. Because you can't even tell what's the stem here. Whereas you can up there. Like, I was looking, because this person's posting their progress like once a week or once a month over there. And it's like, oh, you poor thing. Why does like Belle have like 6 skin tones? And a bit of blue. I don't know which one they're up to, but one of them had blue in their face, and it's like... I wouldn't. Like, I always look at patterns in, like, I always look at reviews. If a pattern has reviews and has pictures, I tend to look to see how it looks stitched. Because there are just some where it's like, this has just been run for a pattern generator and it makes no sense. Why are we gremlin? Why are we gremlin-y? There is no way to make gremlin-y sound like it's a word. And like, there's just so many patterns that when you look at them, it's like, you can tell. It's gotten to the point now where I find what looks like a reputable pattern maker, and then I have to go through their entire catalogue just to make sure. I stopped after looking around over there. After I asked admin if I could advertise for testers, and they basically told me I had to pay fair wages for any testers. I found through the subreddit and I was like, what? But they can get testers. I've seen them for free. One of the moderators is a designer themselves. Exactly. I've seen it. One of the moderators is a designer. And okay, their patterns are on the small side. But their rules are very silly as well, I've noticed. They have a rule. What is number 6? Hang on. I want to make sure that I am accurate. Oh dear, I have to find them. Oh, it's not that far. It's there. They have one rule. Number 6. Do not make an original post linking to your blog/shop. Because they don't want you to self-advertise. You're only allowed to do a shop post once a month. Right? You're not allowed to self-promote. Someone posted a YouTube video of them stitching a pattern, right? Yes, it linked to their YouTube channel, but they weren't trying to sell a pattern that they made and that they'd stitched. They were just trying to show their progress of a pattern, but because it linked to their YouTube channel, the post was removed for self-promotion. And it wasn't like, guys, check out this video on my YouTube channel. They were just like, here's a video of my cross-stitching progress. And I was like, what? Why does that get removed when you have other people blatantly self-promoting and that one's fine? Because they have a different, because some people get around it by having a different username to what their shop is. So then they go, oh guys, check out this designer, and it's like, we know it's you, but they don't do nothing about that. Don't worry why I'm in goblin mode. Gremlin mode actually, not goblin. But I don't get it. The thing is though, a lot of mods on subreddits are up. They have their heads so far up their backsides, you know? They get power hungry. Also, putting NSFW on anything with a curse word is frustrating because you're on Reddit. Guys, we can't say the bad word. I know I say that and I don't swear, but it's like, it's the internet. You're gonna come across it. Come on, I'm in a subreddit for medical gore. You know, I can open up a page and there's a dead body for medical reasons. And like things like that. Not just like a cartel video. We don't do that. But like, it's very easy to come across things and it's like, you're making us censor swear words. Why? Because of the children. Children shouldn't be on Reddit then. We're not their parents. Let the parents do the parenting. And we just carry on. Jeez, if we made everything kid-friendly, what's the point in having the internet? We might as well just go back to pigeon carriers. Imagine how long it would take, though, for those unsolicited pics to get to you by pigeon. I showed you my clocker. Please respond. It makes no sense. What if a child stumbles upon it? Oh, then the child learns a new word. You know, that's down to the parents to tell them what they can and can't do about that. Like, although I don't swear, I don't sit there and say, guys, you can't say that. You can't say that in my chat. Like, nah, that happened. People would draw their bits and send them to each other. Yeah, no, we should go back to it. Sending Lumia carrier pigeon, it arrives in 3 months. God, could you imagine? Save on postage, but it might take a lot longer to get to its destination. You put a GPS tracker on it and it ends up somewhere else entirely. You're like, well, oh, that's not what I wanted. But I just... And you know, it's just like, why? Oh no, I saw a bit of bum on the internet. I'm gonna go do a crime now. That's what it comes down to. I saw one bum and that was it. What's going on? What are you guys plotting? I sense plotting happening. That's what I sense. What's you guys plotting? Making me anxious with your gremlins everywhere. Plotting us never. See, now I know you are. You're doing something. You're up to something. Very sus. Looking at you all with the sussy eyes like, I mean, I am, but I'm not plotting with anyone. That sounds even more suspicious. Okay, then back to the HAED drama. Did you guys know, right, that they had kept someone's money for 3 months after she had passed away because they just kept selling her patterns? What? Yeah, so a designer tragically passed away 3 months ago, so like January, February time. HAED did announce that they had passed away. Sorry, I have a knot. I'm not just sitting here doing it. I have a knot. And rather than taking the patterns down immediately and trying to get in contact with her estate or whatever to sort it out, being like, hey guys, so I've just been told that this designer has passed away and effective now, you will not be able to buy her charts until we figure something out. They just kept selling them for 3 months. And then they were like, guys, we're going to have to retire them because we can't do nothing about it. And I'm like, it took you 3 months to try and contact. And I'm like, I'm not being funny, but if I had just had someone close to me die who was coming in, like who was a designer or an artist, I should say, I think that would be the last thing on my mind. Hearing from a company about some money whilst I've got to sort out everything else. And so after she announced that the designer was now retired when she should have been retired 3 months ago, because she couldn't get hold of anyone to give her the royalties, she donated the money to a school for the free meals. Which, okay, but she showed no proof. That is because that's because they have her payment info. SBS, because they have her payment info. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm sure they would. They'd have a way to send her checks or whatever. Like, they could have just sent it in a check. Now I think about it, a money order, a tracked package. To be like, here's your final payment. Imagine if they had to reach out every month for payments. Apparently they must do. That's how, the way it was worded, it seems like they must. For every artist, apparently. Hang on. Let me find the post. Give me a minute. God, I shouldn't scroll my Facebook feed. This is like the worst managed business I know. You'd think, like, when they signed the contract, they'd have like an automated process. Automate that bitch. Apparently not. Ew. Sorry, my first thing I just got was AI. Sorry. I need this person. You're the owner. I need that message. Retirement. Effective. No, that's a different one. No, not that one. Hang on. There we go. So the message says, "Hi everyone. I am so sorry, but we have had to turn off the designs for Terry Rosario. Rosary? I'm butchering that. I apologise. I did mention her passing a few months ago and hopefully got what they wanted. Wait, what? And hopefully got what they wanted? I'm confused. Since we learned of her passing, we have tried to contact family to send payment to, and we have not received any responses. I apologise for having to remove her work, but we can't keep receiving payment for her work without a way to send her royalties. Terry and I were friends for many years, and in light of this, we will be making a donation to one of the school's lunch program in her area for her service as a much-loved bus driver. You were friends. How do you not have someone's contact information who's a friend? And then one of the comments says, I am not an attorney, and this is just advice. In some cases, it can take a long time to settle an estate. I would not donate the money just yet. My recommendation would be to hold it, reach out to probate to see how you notify the estate of the funds, or turn them over to your estate as unclaimed funds. Many states have a process for unclaimed money. I would hate for you to donate the money and then the estate or family comes forward to claim it. You could potentially be in a position to pay the money back after it is gone as a donation. Hope this is helpful. Like, who is it hurting to hold them? Just open up another bank account. Like, open up a savings account, let it gather interest, and then her family can have a nice large sum. And then someone goes, 3 months is nothing in terms of time dealing with a death and an estate. We had barely even started by that point. And a lot of people have said that maybe you should just not donate the money and just put it somewhere to the side. Because if they come for it and you're like, yeah, we gave it away, they're going to be like, excuse me? You did what now? And I was like, that's shady. I was like, and how do we know she's even going to donate it? She could have put that in her pocket for all I know. But if you're friends with someone for a long time, you would have a way to get them their money, right? You would have a way. I just think it's really shady to know that this person died months ago and then be like, so we were still collecting royalties. Instead of being like, so guys, I'm really sorry, but this artist has tragically died and we're going to put a hold on her artwork for the time being until we can get hold of someone. And once we know what's going on with that, then they can either go up or they can be taken down. Not, it's fine, we'll just keep selling them. They'll reach out to us shortly. They're grieving. They're sorting out lots of other things. If she was one of those artists that has her toes dipped in many pots, because you need several income streams as an artist, you can't just do one. It's possible that they're going through a list of like, this person owes me this much, this person owes me that much, and it's just going to take time to get through it. So I just think it's very disrespectful to sit there and say, yeah, I was friends with them and I'm just going to donate the money. Open up a side account and put the money in there and then just never touch it. And then if they do come for it, if they never come for it and you end up passing away, then have something something can be done with it then. But all the time you're here, you should be responsible for that money, not giving it to someone else. Because imagine if in a year they go, we're really sorry we didn't reach out to you sooner, but we were dealing with, the death. Can we have those royalties? And then she's like, yeah, so I messaged you 3 months after and I heard nothing. So I donated it. You did what? I donated it. Yeah. I would just be like, okay, well, see you in court then, because you had no right to do that. If it was something that had been written between the two of them, like if I was to pass and you can't get hold of my estate, then fair enough, but I don't think that's the case. And the fact that artists are leaving left, right and centre does make it seem like they're gonna start to struggle, because not everyone's buying the AI art. I know I'm not. Why do you think they had to ban AI as a topic? You can't even mention the words an A and I or artificial intelligence. Imagine having a genuine question like, oh, is this one AI generated? And then being like, banned. Okay. That's still hilarious. I know. Artificial intelligence. AI. Ban. Why? I do love their statement though. Where is it? I need to go to the Discord because it's just the funniest thing to me. When I posted her one, and it's just like, some of the recent retirements have been due to AI, and others we decided to retire due to low sales and trying to shorten up our body of work and increase our range of artwork for your favourite artists. Except those are the ones that are leaving because of the AI. And then it's like, it is a challenging time right now, and while we will continue to chart AI, we will also continue to support and chart traditional artists. And it's like, you can't do both. You can't do both. You can't sit there in response to that and say you can do both. You cannot. You can't sit there and say you support artists, but then are like, oh, but we can push out so many AI generated patterns because you don't have to pay licensing. Like, their newest releases, other than like a lot, like the new artists, and that's in big quotes, that they just signed on is an AI artist. He's a photographer, so why don't they just chart his photos? No, they're charting his AI work instead. Like, that's what I don't get. You literally have someone who's taking photographs, which means he owns that. That's his copyright, but instead you're taking his non-copyrighted AI stuff. It's like, okay. Because I went to his website to look. Because I was like, this guy looks like he has AI art. And I was like, something's off. And I looked and I was like, oh. He has a portfolio of art, of AI stuff under an AI tag. And then he has his photos. And it's like, you had an apple ripe for picking, and you picked the rotten one right next to it with the worms hanging out. Why? Just why? I was reading something on Twitter this morning. This guy works, or this person I should say, works in the animation industry, and they hired 2 new animators who deal with AI. And his first bit of work for them was to make a scene, right? They had to make a scene, and he was like, these are terrible. Because he was drawing them and they were just typing in the prompts. And then they'd show him the artwork, and he'd be like, okay, this is okay, but this needs changing. Like, this is not what we want. So they'd go and sit back down and they'd tippity-tappity away at their keyboard, and they'd come back and he'd go, how have you made this worse? They had typed so many prompts in. This was meant to be a scene without any humans, and people were starting to emerge in the grass every time. And he was like, there's why is there people? And the student was like, what do I replace it with? And he was like, grass? He was like, I was expecting them to use AI as a prompt and then draw over it. He was like, this is Jesus Christ. He was just like, what the heck is this? it was basically like, imagine commissioning an artist for a drawing, right? And you get the artwork back and it's like perfect, except like the bow on the character's just a tiny bit too small, just a tiny bit. So you're like, can you just resize the bow, because the bow is supposed to be like a bit bigger? And they're like, yep, and they take it back, and 20 more things are now wrong because they couldn't fix the bow because it's AI. That's what it's like. They're like, just fix this one thing and it's good. Why is there now 20 more problems? Hello? And then he'd be like, right, okay, just fix these things and then it's fine. And then they'd bring it back and it'd be like, those things aren't even fixed and now there's more issues. And he's like, they got fired in the end. Which is sad for them, but it's also not, because it's like, don't bring AI into... But they're now really behind because this was supposed to have been a short thing, and now they're going to have to look for more actual artists. But this is what happens when you hire AI people for things that need art. Humans. Where is this? Where am I? I am lost and confused. I should be over here, shouldn't I? That's where I should be, and I'm up here. No, I'm not. Where am I? I'm up here. Okay. This is also getting to that confusing stage where I can't see where I am. Because it's just a jumbled mess right now. I'm trying to unpick this without ruining the thread underneath. I'm sure AI will get there eventually, but right now it's still uncanny valley. I mean, I'm hoping it doesn't. Otherwise, we're all out of a job. Like, okay, AI does have its uses. It can be used for things. But to replace an artist, I just don't think. I just don't think we should. It's getting to the point where if you're having to second... Oh, Jesus. My needle, come back. Come back. It's fine, I got it. It's getting to the point, though, where if every time you do something, you have to second guess, okay, is this AI? Is that AI? It's like, people are going to start turning their backs on real artists because they're not going to know if that's AI generated or not. When AI gets to the point where you can't tell, that's when we're really going to have trust issues. Because, I mean, there's a Facebook group I'm in that's just frog pictures, and at the moment the person's just posting AI frogs. And it's like, you can tell the frog. There was this one where the frog was writing with a bit of paper, like with a pen and paper. But it had two arms, like, on one side. It had one regular arm on the left, but the hand holding the pencil had two arms. And it was like, why? And it's like, we don't need that. And like, the frog does look really cute, except for the fact that it's AI, and it's like, oh. Like, that's why I'm like annoyed with the HAED AI art debacle, because she sits there and says in the same breath that she supports artists, but then is letting AI come in. And maybe if their stance was more like pain-free crafts or diamond art clubs, where it's like, okay, an artist can have AI art up on the store, but the artist has to have done 99% of the work and AI does the rest, like the 1%. I'm just bummed that those fairies that look really pretty at AI, because if they weren't, I would have done them. And that's what's annoyed me. I just sit there and I look at them and I'm like, God damn it, why? Oh, that shouldn't be there. Damn it, missed the stitch. And it's like, oh. But I know, it's just, if everyone just didn't stitch on the AI patterns, she wouldn't sell them. I think that's what annoys me. The community challenge is done. What? What did I do when I did this? Oh dear. Hang on, I have made a big old boo-boo. And there goes my channel point. Leo. Thank you. Oh gee. I meant to have done it in the next square. I did it in the square a different stitch is going to go into. It gave me no information about it being finished. But we did it. So once I can figure out how I'm storing the threads, we can, and I finish this page and the next page, we can start that, because I have everything. It's just the thread situation. My butt's starting to hurt. Stop it. And I don't know what to do. I can't get off of it either. We'll see if sitting on my legs like that helps. So not there, we want there. It's that base of your spine bit. That's where mine hurts. And you can't get off of that. That's what took me out all week last week. I don't want it again. Although I think it's just something I'm just going to have to start learning to put up with, because... But I was in such a state last week with how sore I was. So I don't know. What's he supposed to do when you can't get off the thing that hurts? Because it feels like a bruise. That's the worst part. It just feels very bruised. And I wouldn't have a clue on what I've done to do it, but it's just like, But hopefully my GI doctor can twist the arms of the surgeons up at the hospital to do something. If not, travelling it is. Me and my mum have decided we're going to give him 3 weeks, because he said he'd phone me in a couple of weeks. So we're going to give it a few weeks. And if after 3, I haven't heard a single thing, we're going to be like, hey, can we just have an update? Even if that update is not an update, but we're in this stage, because I'm not going 6 months without hearing anything, just to walk into that door and hear, I'm sorry. Again, because I will not be held responsible for my actions at that point. Because those are the words he said to me after my appointment Wednesday. I'm sorry, I haven't managed. Oh, he annoyed me about this, right? We live in the day and age of the internet. Because of a thing called COVID, we can now talk to people over the internet. Like, I mean, we could always all the time, but it's like, has this thread seriously knotted up like every single time? I don't even know what I'm pulling here. I think it had. I give up. Right, we live in the day and age of things called Zoom. Oh my god, what is this? 1 second, we're gonna... Oh no, there's something else. What is that? There's just a... Sorry, you probably just got a big old stabby stab in your face. There's just this big thread. I think it's when I've tucked it in over here, it's come out and it's now just sitting here. So it's really long. Yeah, we live in the day and age of the internet with a thing called Zoom or Teams or whatever you want to call it these days. It's very easy to be in the same building as someone and talk to them. But every time he's wanting to do one of these meetings with the other surgeons or the other members of all the other teams that I'm under, he's always like, oh, well, it's really hard with our schedules because we want to do it in person. Just do it over the bloody internet. You don't have to leave your room. It doesn't even matter if those guys aren't in that day. You could just be like, hey, is everyone available on this day at this time to just talk about this person? Yeah? For 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes? Yeah? No, that's fine. Good. But no. But now Zelda's annoyed. He's come over now. Look. Oh, you can see just his foot. Just about. And it's like, no, Zelda, you can't lay there because you go after the thread. This cat. Oh, I just caught my needle. Hang on. What are you doing? Why are you back? I'm not done yet. and so... Oh look, he's being censored by the frog. And so it's like, just do over the internet. And then I saw him last Wednesday, and he was like, oh, we can do it over the internet now. And it's like, really? Really? They've only just developed a thing called the internet. Guys, this thing is brand new. This internet thingamajig we're using right now is brand new. Never been used before. So welcome to the internet. Mind blown, yeah. And I was just like, what have you been doing for the past 12 months then? Because it's been the past year that you've been saying that you were going to organise talking to these people. You're not supposed to fall asleep there, Zelda. Yeah. No! You're not supposed to go all cutie patootie. You guys can't even see this properly. You can see my legs more than him. You can see his feet and a paw. You know, it's just the way that they made it out, like the that it's been over a year that they decided they were going to do this and they're only just doing it now. Yeah, I know. I know, shake your hand. They don't touch me. It's like... I've just been sat here for a year not knowing what to do because I've been told to wait for this thing, wait for that thing, and it's like I've got nothing else to do. Every 8 weeks I would just get a box that turns up with a needle in it and then I stab myself with it. And then I go, I feel no different. And then 6 months later I see him and he's like, how are you doing? And it's like, the same as I was last time. Yeah, I know, Zelda. You got an itchy ear. Yeah. And it's like, the same as I was last time. Oh, well, we're really sorry to hear that, but we don't know what to do. And it's like... Yeah, you can't see the face Zelda just pulled at me, but that's a face. That was... Yeah, that was my exact reaction, mate. Yeah. It's like, what am I... I'm supposed to just sit here and get worse and not have any... Like, not know what to do because I can't do nothing unless a doctor tells me to do it. And it's like, I think I've been forgotten about. So then we start chasing them up to see what's going on, and then they go, ah, yes, you are overdue an appointment. We'll book you in for an extra 2 months from now. Like, the appointment I got for this month was booked back in February. So, like, don't get me wrong. I love the NHS. I would not be able to afford any of this if we went, like, an American system. Excuse me. But the wait times are ridiculous. Unless they think you have cancer, then it's 2 weeks. Which I get. But at the same time, it's like, hi, guess what can happen to Crohn's disease if it's left untreated? Yes, mate. Yes. And it's like, that's what can happen. I could end up with, like, colon cancer or something because my disease is not being treated. I'm not having regular colonoscopies because they just don't want to do one on me because of everything going on down there. So it's like, and unmedicating Crohn's disease is just as bad as not medicating it at all. So I'm just stuck. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you tell them. Yeah. I guess we're stuck with Zelda like this now. Yeah. I'ma fight him. There's a big old line. We were even joking about taking the nurses with us. OMG, he's so adorable. He's playing it up because he wants attention and I'm not giving it to him. Oh, I just had to go boop his nose and he moved. See? He's doing all this. Oops. His little paws are... He's going again. He's leaving again. Oh, do you have to go over my leg like that? On my hip. Ugh. Right, I can put the cross stitch back now so we can actually look at something that's not my legs. Ta-da! But I just, you know, it's really frustrating when you're like, I don't know what to do because I can't do anything until a doctor tells me what to do. And I'm doing everything I've been told I should be doing. Hang on, where's my thread? And it's like, I'm just being pushed from pillar to post. Oh, for crying out loud, get back on, thank you. No, I've moved that too much. And it's like, you know, like, my GP can only do so much because nobody wants to do anything in case it makes me worse or overrides what they have planned at the hospital. Like, that's what it comes down to. Nobody wants to say, like, oh, you should be doing this. The most I do that I have been told to do, and even they've agreed, is to have daily salt baths. Just to make sure my wounds are kept clean and I don't get an infection. Like, that's all I can do. And that's what we do. Here, do. But that's it. And like, okay, we can use creams and lotions and notions and potions, as all the nurses up at the surgery say, to stop with the soreness, but that's not going to fix the problem. Fixing the root cause of the soreness is what's going to stop it. I mean, when you have something that's just leaking all the time, it's going to be red, it's going to be sore. So it is what it is, I suppose. I think COVID really put like a damper on it, because it really, I feel like if COVID wasn't a thing, I would have had surgery sooner, I would have been kept up to date with sooner. But look at that, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours and I haven't even broke 100 stitches yet. But I am doing lots of confetti. It's fine, when I stop streaming I can get closer and I can just boom. But yeah, I just have to sit like this and not do anything, because we don't know what to do. I can't believe though, he wrote up the nurses, my doctor did, my GI doctor. So they wrote to him, they wrote a letter being like, hi, we're looking after Emma and we're quite stumped on what to do in terms of her wound management, because, you know, I made a mess. Because we've tried everything and nothing's working. What would you suggest? And he wrote them up because they asked for help, basically. He called them useless, and it's like, what? Well, I have a knot, but that's not where I want the knot. Well, yeah, he wrote them up. He got them into trouble with like a nurses association or something because they weren't doing anything. And it's like, they've done more than you have. Now, bearing in mind, I had been going up to that surgery multiple times a week for months to have everything looked at. And if I was ever, like right now, if I felt like I was getting an infection, I could go to them and they would like have a look. Like, I've got to go there tomorrow to have them have a look. Just not because I'm concerned, but because that's what we're doing now. Until we find out something's happening, I'm seeing them for the foreseeable future. And then once I do get the surgery, I'll be seeing them then as well. Because they've seen this since it started. Like, they have seen this go from basically nothing to what it is now. And yet he was like, yeah, they don't know what they're doing. And it's like, these ladies are very skilled, trained nurses. They just don't know what to do with someone whose body gets too excited when it tries to heal. Like, that's what it is. My body, when I get like, I mean, clearly when I get a cut or a scrape, like, look, this is a cat scratch and that was a cat scratch, they healed fine. But when I get like deeper open wounds, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to meet here. Like, this is your skin over a wound. It's supposed to do this and then it heals. Mine does this. Right? It grows up and it doesn't know what it's doing. It gets very confused. or it gets so far, and then it backs out. It's like, I can't do this. So they don't know what to do about it. Like, what do you do about a wound that won't heal and you've done everything? So that's what their problem is. They don't know. But it's just all that. So hopefully this is the year I find out some answers and I get a surgery. Like, I don't like having surgeries. I don't think anyone likes having surgeries, but if it will help, I'm willing to go through it. But anyway, that's enough of me ranting about me. We're all here for some cross-stitch and true crime, and I'm talking about me. How dare I? It's why I try to keep up with it in the Discord, but I failed at that too. I need to think of another topic to go mad at. Hang on. Okay, we won't go on another rant. But how do we feel about me kitting up a diamond painting? A certain Ajisai. Because last week, when I was really in a lot of pain, I was like, maybe I should just stream me kitting up my diamond painting that I got recently. Because I bought a new box for it to go in. But I was like, maybe I should wait till I'm streaming to ask before I do it, and then nobody wants to see it. I mean, I do want to also do diamond painting on stream and not do just cross stitch. But this thing has me by the throat right now. So do it. Everything will have to wait till I finish this, because I just want to get this over and done with. You know, when you're like working on something, like, I need to just get this out of the way, and I'm so close to finishing this one. I really want to stitch the frog, which is on this page. And then once this page is done, I have the rest of till the next slot come out to do whatever. But I've lost where I am on this. This is what's really annoying. I look up at the pattern, I look down, and I can't tell where I am. Because I can no longer see all my gridding properly. But I have so many things I want to do on a stream. But this thing has me in a chokehold. I think that might have been the word I was looking for last time, not whatever I said before. I should also use the Discord more, but I just have a problem with it. It's a me problem. It's no one in the server now. It's just, there's a lot of bad memories in there, and I'm like, I don't want to make a new server. I just need someone to just wipe everything for me and then make new channels. Because I think that's why I don't like to use it. Give me mod permission, I'll do it. Are you sure? I even had like a private chat with the others. Because my last mod just up and left without a single word, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, Lil. Once I'm done, if I remember, once I'm done, it just needs... I need to just remove certain messages from certain people. I'll remind you. Thanks. Just... Once upon a time I used to wake up and I used to be in that server from the minute I woke up till I'd go to bed. Obviously doing my own thing, but... Or just send me what you want done. I think we just need a fresh start, like, get rid of every channel. Except for, like, an odd few, and then just be like, there's just a part of me that thinks that even if I did all that, nobody would use it. Because I stopped using it and then things happened. Me. Because you shouldn't be like, I get like having general anxiety about making posts and stuff, but I don't think I should be anxious to just post normal things in a Discord server. I think it's because if I'd post certain things, even if it was normal, I'd just get a DM from certain people and it's like, oh, here we go. What have I said wrong this time? But I don't know. Ow. Just caught my little cut I have on my finger with my thread. So you can tell I'm like cold again, my nails are blue. Now that's my fingers. I'm making a mess now. But yeah, I just need to work out what I want to do with everything, I think. And I think that's what I need to do. Just sit there and go, right, for this, I'm going to do this. I need to sort out my streaming schedule because I don't think Monday to Friday is feasible for me at the moment. I haven't even made it a full week. The most I've done is 3 days. I'm like, maybe I should just do 3 days. Because Tuesdays are just going to be really hard for me to stream on because of my appointments. Even though they're in like the early afternoon, by the time I get back and everything, I'm like, ugh. And then I ended up taking like the past couple of Wednesdays and Tuesdays off for that reason because of appointments. And it's like, But then I don't see the point of streaming on a Monday, having Tuesday and Wednesday off, and then streaming Thursday and Friday. And so I was just like, stream the weekend. The only problem with that is, as much as I would love to, this house is just too chaotic and noisy on a weekend. Like, on a Saturday, the family goes shopping, so when they come back, the dogs just bark when they come in, which sets the birds off. The reason why it's so quiet right now is 3 people in this house are at work. So everyone's quiet. Like, you'll hear, like, Loki the bird occasionally, but you won't hear, like, everything. And I'm just self-conscious about everyone hearing things. Even with my mic set up, like, how it is. I'm just one of those people that's like, it's too noisy. Like, I know there's people out there that probably don't care, but it's me. I did one gaming stream on a Saturday and it was okay. It's more, like I said earlier, I share a room with someone and they don't listen if I say don't come up, they'll keep coming up. And our floorboards in this room are noisy. Like, the floorboard right in front of the bedroom door, it makes the loudest creak, and it's like, you cannot sneak over that. So as much as I would love to, like, maybe in the future, if I can get everything sorted, I could, and then I can do a longer stream. But I don't know. It's just, it's a me thing. It's nothing else. It's just... See, now I've caught my finger once, I'm gonna keep catching it. I don't even know half stitch. Oh dear, my eyes, I cannot see. But yeah, like I said, I'll just try and like figure something out and I'll get something sorted. I think it's just I need to ease myself into doing like 3 days and then 4 and then up to 5 rather than just starting straight off. I think I was too ambitious. And then I had the whole week off last week and I think that's just like, it's giving me that, well, see, I knew you wouldn't do it, you're a failure. It's like, no, I had very valid reasons. I'm too in my head about things. That's what it is. We are our own worst enemy. I just don't want to feel like I'm letting people down, even though I wouldn't be, because those of you that are here would understand, and I have a uncontrolled medical condition. And so sometimes it's hard for me to sit here and concentrate and talk long enough to do anything. Even though I could probably just sit here and stitch without a mic and just have music, and people would probably turn up. But I'm too in my own head. Look at that, I'm trying to do a French knot. We get it. See, that's what I mean. And then it's very easy for me to fall into the mindset of, well, I've already missed a week, what's another? And then another, and then, oh, look, I've just stopped. And I don't want to do that. But I'm going to be so annoyed, right? If I manage to get up to 5 days a week and then I get you need to come here for surgery and you're going to be in hospital for this many, like for a week or so. And then you're not going to be able to sit on your backside for this long because of things. It's going to be like, I'll just be like, God damn it. Because every time I have tried to come back to streaming, things have happened. Like 2021, I had surgery. So I came back in 2022 because my Crohn's was kind of managed. I was on my first ever treatment and it was doing something. Within a month, it had failed. Well, not within a month. I started it April 2022 and by the summer it stopped. But I'd only started streaming in June and by August I was done. I started streaming during the hot months and it was like, this was not hot girl summer, this was swamp girl summer, because I was bleh. There was not a fan that could cool me. I felt so disgusting. And all my streams were back in the summer was just, guys, I'm melting. I am so sweaty. Did you know the British houses are built to keep heat in? That's all it was. Every single stream for the whole of the summer. And I was just like, I can't do it. So then I had to stop. And then it cooled down and I was like, God damn it. I just can't cope in the heat. That's what it is. I'm already running a temperature. I don't need the outside to add to it. Speaking of fans, mine isn't here. Guess what I'm getting back? You better get back that fan. You're gonna need it soon. We're getting into those, I wouldn't say summer months, but we're getting into those where the weather can't decide how hot it's gonna be today and tomorrow. Could be 30 degrees tomorrow and then pouring down the day after. I paid for that tower fan. I'm gonna take it back. Yeah, you take that back. You march on over there and you go, I'm having that. Oh my god, this thread is like curly and it's got a knot or something in it. Oh no, it's just curled really tight. There we go. But I did feel bad for anyone who was in my streams during the summer because that's all I did. It's just like, guys, it's so hot. Well, the British aren't meant for this. And my over-the-door mirror. Oh my god. You better get those things back. You better have an itemized list. These are the things I paid for and these are things I would like back. But that's all I was doing. Every stream, if someone would come in and I'd be like, hey there, how are you? Me? Oh, I'm dying here. You know you're British or from the UK when you moan about the weather. Because, you know, we're always moaning. We moan when it's raining too much. We moan when it doesn't rain enough. We moan when it's sunny. We moan when it's cloudy, windy, snowing, not snowing, hailing. If it's not doing something, we just don't like it. We're never satisfied. Never. You do not get your passport or your citizenship for the UK unless you've complained about the weather at least 3 times a day. If you have not complained, you get shipped somewhere else. It gets that bad though over here that we get power cuts. I remember this one summer. Here I go. It was so hot. we had all the fans on and the power went out because everybody had their fans on. And we all just went, guys, the fan stopped. Just 3 times, damn. I've met my quota for the week in just 1 day. Well, that's the minimum. The minimum is 3 times a day. If you aren't saying, oh, the bloody weather. Oh, it was sunny a minute ago and now it's pouring rain. You don't belong here. If we don't at least say, or if you don't say, oh, it's sweltering out there, you don't belong. We would park our cars in shops, not in the shops, but in the parking lots. And then we'd go into the shops and we'd go to the freezer aisles and we're just like, oh. Oh. And then you'd close the door and you'd be like, oh, I'm really sweaty. Open them up again. You try and do everything in your power during the summer to stay inside a shop that has air conditioning. Forget going to the beach, we're all inside Iceland. In the fridge aisle. Or you sat in the car with the aircon blasting, like, oh. Ugh. You get so cold sitting in there, but then as soon as you're out, you're back into that heat, you're like, it's too hot, I can't breathe. That's what I love. I don't love the hot weather. I just want, warm weather where it's just, if you're in the sun too long, you'll get burnt, but that's like your fault. But you can look out the window and you don't see things melting. And animals aren't dehydrated. Because, you still have those idiots that put their cars. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to say it how I was thinking it, but then I'll say it properly. Their cars and their dogs. I meant the dogs in the car. Like they'll take their dogs out and then they'll leave them in the car. Oh, I'm just going to pop into the shop. Either take the dog with you or go home. Oh, but I've cracked the window. Do you know how hot it gets in a car? Do you know how many animals and babies and children have died? And people in general that have died sitting in a car with no air on? No, you take your dog with you. I don't care if the shop's policy is no dogs. You say, I'm not leaving them in the car. You go sit in my car for half an hour. I can't stand it. Take your dog home and then come back. Yes, it's going to cost more in fuel, but you'll still have a dog. Like, I get it, you're already out, but take the dog with you. Just do something where the dog isn't left in a car that's getting hotter by the minute and the dog's going to die. It boils my blood. That's a poor pun, actually. Right, we're going to finish this colour, which there aren't many stitches, and then we're going to call it for today. So then I can sit closer to this and do some stitching. Oh dear, you didn't see any of that, but my screen just went really bad. That's the first time that's happened in a while. My computer might be getting hot. I might have been yabbering too long. Oh my god, why is my PC at 60 degrees? Oh geez, I better hurry up then. Fine, we'll have to finish what I've got here. I don't understand. I can feel the heat under my desk too. I think there's something wrong with my graphics card then if it gets hot and it starts to do that. I think I might have just figured it out. I try to stay off my laptop when it's too hot. See, I wish I could, but I need this computer. I just try not to do anything too intensive. I try not to play games. Sometimes when it gets really hot, I will put a fan, because I have like one fan on my desk pointing at me, blowing me. Then I'll have another fan to my left that's blowing directly at my computer, just trying to get cool air to suck in. So this poor thing doesn't die. How many stitches have I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might be able to do them. But hey, I broke 100 stitches. That thing just pumps out heat, yeah, so does this thing. And when I upgraded it last year, I put one of the fans pointing upwards so it blows heat right out at the top. And oh my god, I can always tell when my computer's getting hot because I just start to sweat. Right, we're gonna finish this bit because it's not many, and then I will be done. Oh. 2. And as always, we will be RGs. We will be raiding Lumi Celine. I don't know if anyone wants to come up with a raid message or if we're just going to go with our usual. I do worry though because she's working on the blanket. Last time we raided her, we made her frog a ton, so let's not repeat that. We need to bring the good frogs and not the cursed frogs. Because I can feel the heat. Where my hand is, I can feel my PC. I'm like, We could just quietly step in and not make a frog. I mean, we could. But I feel like a message is like a must. We're here to observe. We could always hop in. We could just say hops in quietly. Like a shh. You don't see us. Right, last stitch. And done. Just put that there. Boop. 115. I think that's the least amount, but we were doing a lot of confetti. Just put that there. I'll put that away properly. We were doing a lot of confetti, like up here. This is the problem. When you start a page, you can do the most stitches, and then as you get towards the end, it's like, oh, there's a color here, and then it's also there, and it's here, and it's. But yeah. Right. Let me grab these. Right. So as I said, we are gonna go raid Lumi Celine. Oh, there's ads starting. Why did they decide to start now? I'm so sorry. God damn it. I didn't even notice, I would have snoozed them. I'm so sorry. I can't even reach my keyboard. I even moved it closer. Oh, sorry. I'm so annoyed. Okay. So we're just gonna use, how about... we'll do... Gremlin Zoom. We hopping in sneakily. There. We'll use that. We hopping in sneakily. Okay. We're not doing anything. Maybe we should actually use the other one where it's like, huh? Looking. It's up to you. You can change it however you want. But I think we're just gonna use that. We hopping in sneakily. We are gonna raid Lumi Celine. Let's go. Right. Right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for finishing that community challenge. I will be back maybe Wednesday. I don't want to say Wednesday. What's Lumi just sent me? I'm raiding. How dare... I've already got that. I've already got it. I've already got it. She doesn't have subtitles on. I got it from Patreon. I'll have to tell her in a minute. She's got it. Yeah, I've already got that one though. She just posted it and then she was like, got it. I signed up for the Patreon just for it. Right. Excuse me. I still haven't got round to doing this. One day. It's so good. Right. I will see you all maybe Wednesday. Hopefully Wednesday. Goodbye.